Hey there, how there, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond walking into yet another Stone Cold Hockey 2011-2012 LA Kings video. We are set to go. We are 35, 16, and 3, trying to recapture the 2012 Stanley Cup. Tops in the Pacific by 10 points over the Coyotes. Of course, in real life, the Kings were the 8th seed. Second in the conference behind those pesky Nashville Predators. Somehow they're pulling it up. Colorado, third in the conference with 69 points. The Rangers, Boston, and Florida are leading the divisions respectively. Goal scoring, Steven Stamkos has 48 goals. Nobody else has more than 35. Tavares and Malcolm with 34. Our best goal scorer is Justin Williams, tied for 12 with 24. Dustin Brown has 23. Points wise, Stamkos number 1, Kovalchuk number 2, Tavares number 3. Kopitar is 4th with 58 points. Justin Williams 18 from points, Dustin Brown 26. Johnny Quick, 30, 14, and 2, 2.11 goals against. I think he leads the league in wins, but yeah, he has, well, he's played 46 games, so he's got 5 shutouts, 2.11. He's 8th in goals against behind Brian Elliott, who is actually my birthday twinsy because he was born April 9th, 1985, like yours truly. Heinrich Lindquist, J.S. Shiger, Pekka Rinne, Corey Schneider, Mike Smith, and Thomas Greiss. My gripe is Thomas Greiss is one game below 500, and Schneider rarely plays. Regardless, we are 35 wins. Second most goals in the division behind Ducks is 157, but we have 123 goals against. We are 8-3 in extra time, which is good. 21, 7-2 at home, 13-91. Seedings wise, we are number 2. We would play the Coyotes, our division rivals, who are the 7 seed. Calgary leads Detroit by 3 points. Yeah, it's weird Detroit not doing so well. Anaheim, Minnesota, but Dallas in the mix. Yeah, it'll be Calgary, Nashville, Phoenix, LA, Vancouver, Colorado, and St. Louis, Chicago. In the East, Tampa is tied with New Jersey and Carolina for 8th, but they have the points. Yeah, the Devils, remember, made the playoffs and won the Eastern Conference. Tampa would play the Rangers. Montreal is Boston. Wow. Ottawa, Florida, and Philly, Pittsburgh. So, yeah, some great rivalries. Highlights wise, 28 hat tricks. We've only had one, and that was Justin Williams. There hasn't. How many times has it? I think it's never happened. Only once, and that was Michael Ryder against Detroit. Has a hat trick been scored by a losing player? Our highest score was 5-0 over Edmonton. Our worst mark was 6-0 loss to St. Louis. 6 games are at the 30 mark for Fangraphs. Rangers Winnipeg, October 24th, when Winnipeg was up 5-3 late, but the Rangers tied it up and won in the shootout. Chicago St. Louis, 13 goals against those bastards. Toronto Buffalo, when Toronto was up 4-1 and choked almost as usual. Tampa Dallas from January 20th, when Tampa was up 5-3 and then they lost it but won in overtime. Islanders Tampa 5-4. Tampa was up 3-0 October 20th, but the Islanders came back to win. Edmonton Boston, November 10th. All that. We are playing in Florida. I think it's a Florida Tampa double dip. So Johnny Quick in the net against Jose Theodore, great Montreal goalkeeper for 10 years, who 10 years prior helped Montreal upset Boston in the first round. Scott Clemmensen, Jacob Markstrom, who later became a Vancouver icon, and Brian Foster are the other goalies for the Marlins. I knew I would say that. It's the Panthers. Johnny Quick, Johnny Bernier are our 2 main goalies. Ante Kopitar, the pride of Slovenia, who retired after 20 years as a King. Justin Williams, Mr. Game 7, as you call him. Dustin Brown, the captain. Mike Richards, Kitchener! That's right, Mike Richards, part of the 2003 Memorial Cup champion Kitchener Rangers. At the time of this recording, the Kitchener Rangers are in the OHL final against either Brantford or Barrie. They have to play Game 7 tomorrow night. Well, this is when it's being taped. Drew Doughty, great defenseman, 20 years for the team. Jack Johnson, Slava Foynyov, before his domestic violence problems. Simon Gagne, former Flyers icon. Dustin Penner, former Oiler icon with Jarrett Stahl as well. Alec Martinez, 2 years before his overtime heroics, not just in the Stanley Cup Finals, but in the Western Finals. Willie Mitchell from Minnesota. Dwight King, Kyle Clifford. Brad Richardson, Matt Green, Trevor Lewis, Andrei Lokotonov, Colin Fraser, Trent Hunter, former Oiler icon. Jordan Nolan, Davis Daruski, Russ Kudari, and former Oiler Ethan Morrow. The Panthers have Thomas Fleischman playing there. Christopher Stieg, who later become a Chicago icon later on. Stephen Weiss, Sean Bergenheim, Jason Garrison, soon go to Vancouver. Michael Samuelson, Marcel Gotch, Thomas Kopecky, Sean Matthias, Mike Santorini, Brian Campbell, former Buffalo icon, Dmitry Kulikov, Jack Skilly, Ed Jovanovski back in Florida after so many years with Vancouver, Matt Bradley, no, not Shane Todd, Marco Stern, former Shark icon and Bruin icon, John Madden, not Boom, the hockey player, Eric Brunson, Scotty Upshaw, former Nashville star, Michael Rempeck, Chris Barch, Tyson Strachan, Mike Weaver, and Keaton Ellerby. So we're 35, 16, and 3. We have to go 5, 11, and 12 to actually have the same real mark. Florida would have to go 12, 6, and 12 for that. So magic. 2 minutes later. Florida? No. 4 minutes later. No. 5 minutes later. No. Much later. Shot by Kopitar? No. Playing chess when we should be playing checkers. 3 minutes. Well, ouchies. Much later. Much later. They score! Cincinnati. Five minutes finally a penalty, but it's on us. Richards, damn it. But they get penalized for Stieg made a stupid call. They have a chance. Power play Tretsky or Papa power play goal. How green is my family? His second from Justin Williams makes it 1-1. 2 minutes later. What are they trying to get back? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Nope. Aw, Pergenheim. 1 time. Open night. Nope. No. 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 Chance for us. Hunter, damn it. We have to go to the damn shootout. Ay, vey. You don't see that every day. Florida, no. Us? Kopitar, no. Garrison, no. Jackson, no. Prestige, no. Yeah. No. Kopecky, no. Gagne, no. Weiss, no. Whiteoff, no. Fleischman, no. Dowdy, no. Gotch, no. Richards, no. Samuelson, no. Williams, well, that's the game. That's the shootout. 2-1. Why are they saying woohoo? We're the road team. Holy shit. That was amazing. Bergenheim, Garrison, Versteeg, Kopecky, Weiss, Fleischman, Gotch, and Samuelson all bugged up. All right, shooters. Kopitar, Johnson, Brown, Gagne, Voynov, Dowdy, Richards, and then Justin Williams is a hero. We win in a shootout. 2-1. Well, it's crazy. I barely play in shootouts. Heartbreak. Our next game is against the New York Islanders. Now, I know we went to a shootout, and I don't like shootouts. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate the game. Should I simulate the game? It is the New York Islanders, though. We rarely play the Islanders. Okay, let's do it. It's the New York Islanders. Al Montoya, Scarface, has to come in net for the Islanders. He's the backup to Genie Nabokov, who was an icon with the Sharks. Rick DiPietro, who is near the end of his career because of concussion problems. Kevin Poulin and Anders Nielsen were the other goalies. The Cupcakes have Matt Wilson, John Tavares, number one pick, who wasted his time on Long Island. He did help the Islanders win a playoff series in 2016, which ended up being the first time in 23 years. And then he went to the Leafs, who helped them end their 19-year playoff drought. Kyle Poso, Michael Grabner, grab those cakes, P.A. Parento, Rons Nielsen from Denmark, Josh Bailey, Mark Streit from Switzerland, Matt Martin, Andrew McDonald, not the same Andy McDonald who played for the Ducks, Brian Wilson, former Devils icon, David Alstrom, Milan Drusina of the Bruins, Travis Harmonic, Dylan Reese, Martin Reisner, Mark Eden, former Predator, Jake Adolfo, former Devil, Nino Niederreiter, who was basically picked by the Islanders. That was a massive pick by the Islanders, picking it before the New York Rangers took. No, sorry, that was the pick after the Rangers took freaking Dylan McIlrath. Steve Stales, former Oiler, Casey Cizikas, decent player, Mike Lateau, Tim Wallace, and let's see what else. We play 5 minutes into the period. Shot press? No. 2 minutes later. Shot press? Skiers! Well, the Deer Hunter in his former haunting ground makes it 1-0. Others? No, sir. What? No. 1 minute. No! 3 minutes. Score! We score! Mrs. Brand, you got a lovely son. It's 24 from Kopitar and Green. 2-0. 4 minutes later. No, sir. Educator? No. Buzz. 2-0 after 1. 3 minutes later. Shot? No. 2 minutes later. And now, a minute. You take advantage. Mitchell, damn it. Chance? Justin, come on. 3 minutes later. No. 2 minutes later. They have a chance and they can't put it on. 5 minutes later. We can't do it. Damn it. Penalty on us, Brown. And 2-1. JD Wallace. Stop by us? Fuck. No. 4 minutes later. Skiers! Jumping Jack Flash. Jack Johnson is 11 from Doughty and Brown. Of course, we lose him in a trade with Columbus for Jeff Carter. Was it worth it? 5 minutes later. No. 3 minutes later. Michael Panoff gets hit. Who cares? Enforcer? Impression? There's a fight. A split. I don't know what that split does. Enforcer Patrol. Well, anyways, a fight between Colin Fisher and Matt Martin. They hurt us. We hurt them more than they hurt us. I'm going to take a penalty. It's Bailey. I think we get an empty net, don't we? Nope. It doesn't matter. We win 3-1. So a nice fight at Josh Bailey. I wish we could score on the power play. But we didn't. Who needed it? Well, Hunter, Brown, and Johnson are heroes. 3-1. And we go to Dallas. How is it we play in New York and then we have Long Island, and then we have to go to Dallas the next night? Logic, am I right? Anyway, we're good because we played in a shootout where I get one game I gotta simulate. And we'll simulate Dallas. We win 2-1 as Quick beats Richard Bachman from Bachman Turner Overdrive. King and Williams are our heroes. Well, Steve Ott for Dallas. We'll probably see Dallas again someday. We are not playing on the 14th on Valentine's Day. It's not Olympic season because that was 2010, right? That's right. Colorado, Vancouver. We host Phoenix, so we're back home in California to host Phoenix, Arizona. Jonathan Quick back in the net against Mike Smith, the main guy for Phoenix, with Jason LaBarbera and Curtis McElhaney at the nets. We don't have Jeff Carter yet. We're 38-16-3. We're doing pretty well for ourselves. Phoenix is 29-21-7. Rounding for Bada, Ray Whitney, the Sharks icon who actually outdid his 1991 draft teammate Pat Falloon. Shane Doan, the face of the franchise. I don't think he played for any other team other than the Coyotes. Laurie Kopakowski, Rafi Torres, former Oiler and King. Oliver Ekman Larson, OEL, tailspin, OEL, tailspin. Great defenseman. Keith Yandel Bomb, the most consecutive games played by a defenseman in NHL history. Damon Langkow, Tampa icon from way back in the way. Michael Bodker, Kitchener. That's right, former Kitchener Ranger Michael Bodker. And the big thing about Michael Bodker is he scored back-to-back overtime goals for the Coyotes in Chicago. And Chris Cuthbert made the call in Game 3, saying the former Kitchener Ranger, there's your pride. Taylor Pyatt, Martin Hansel, decent player Boyd Gordon, Gilbert Brule, former Blue Jacket, Kyle Chipchura, Rusty Klesla, former Jacket, Antoine Vermette will be coming up soon. Derek Morris, former Flame and Flame icon and Avalanche thing. Yeah, that's right. Adrian Aucoin, former Canuck, Cal O'Reilly, Patrick O'Sullivan, who was a good OHL player, but otherwise not so much. Michael Roosevelt, who's good. David Schlemko, Mike Stone, Mark Pouliot, and David Rudblin. Yeah, this was the season the Coyotes finally won a playoff series for the first time as the Phoenix Coyotes after they left for Winnipeg. 4 minutes later. Oh, they take the penalty. It's Clifford. Oh, we killed the zone. No problems. Big Red Dog is okay. 2 minutes later. They score. Damien Langkow from Yandelbaum, 1-0. 4 minutes later. They have a chance and they don't score. 3 minutes later. No. 3 minutes later. Delivers a hit. If we lose to Phoenix, this could really hurt us in the end. It could. 3 minutes. 3 minutes later. Action. We deliver a hit by Justin Williams. 4 minutes later. No. 3 minutes later. Right between Rafi Torres and Matt Green. It kind of hurts both teams, if you must know. But it hurts us because we lose a defense. No fight. No fight. It's 1-0 after 2. That's right. It's after 2. No, 1-0 after 1. How come I didn't see a Phoenix goal? 6 minutes later. Chance for us? No. Yeah, it's like, why didn't I see a Phoenix goal? Must have not seen it. 3 minutes later. Injury. Trouble is, Phoenix didn't get penalized. Fuck. 2 minutes later. Aggression? And we got a penalty on Jared Stahl. Fuck. We retaliated. But we killed the zone. 4 minutes later. I take the penalty. Come on. What's he doing? Steal. Power play goal. Jumping Jack Johnson scores his 12th from Mitchell and Doughty. One more time. End of regulation. I guess that was the third period. 1-1 tie. We go to prolongation time. Oh, man. Overtime heroics. Kitchener. Giddy up. Mike Richards from Brown and Stahl with 28 seconds left. We prevent the shootout from happening again, but the Kings win on prolongation. Beauty. Personally, that's who I want to end the game. A former Kitchener Ranger. Kitchener. And we play Calgary on partial hockey night in Canada, I guess. So we have 81 points. We are crushing it by 13 points in the Pacific over Phoenix. Anaheim's in the playoffs spot 2. Nashville's got 83 points, so they lead us. Vancouver leads Colorado by 1 point in the Northwest. So they're the 3 seed, despite St. Louis having 77 points. Rangers, Boston, and Florida are all leading the Southeast. Man, Florida's only up by 1 on Tampa and 2 on Carolina. That's going to be one heck of a thing. Stamkos has 52 goals. Michael Ryder and Geno Malkin have 36. That's a massive goal scoring lead. Williams is tied for 14th for 25. Dustin Brown is tied for 19th for 24. Brian Elliott still the best, goals against 141 with 9 shutouts. Johnny Quick's now 4th, only behind Elliott, Lundqvist, and Jay Shakir. I can't complain. A 202 goals against, 5 shutouts. Yeah, I can't really complain. I mean, Mike Smith has 22 wins. 30 wins for Pekka Rinne. He doesn't have a bad goals against. What even pisses me off is how someone like Thomas Grace, 1 game below 500, has a better goals against than a 25-game winner like Craig Anderson. Quick look at the seedings. We are number 2. Phoenix would still play us number 7. Anaheim and Calgary are fighting out for that 8th and final spot and probably play Nashville. Chicago would play Vancouver. Colorado would play St. Louis if everything started today. In the East, Carolina and Montreal are tied for 8th. Carolina leads it. New Jersey's 2 points back. They were the conference winners beforehand. Carolina would face the Rangers if everything started today. Tampa, Boston, Ottawa, Florida, and Philly, Pittsburgh. A great battle of Florida. Pennsylvania. Whatever state I'm in, I can't make a good move. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.